Well, hello, Taurus. How are you doing today? This is your singles love reading, and I am Karen with Veronica's Coaching and Tarot. And I'm using the Baroque Tarot, I think. I don't know. It's an Italian deck. But anyway, we're going to take a look at your current situation, past and present influences, negative and positive influences, what you don't see, challenge, um, future influence and outcome. And this is for singles, or not necessarily singles, looking for love. Where's the relationship going? Is there a relationship? Will I find all of those things? It just depends on how the cards, but this is about love and about relationships. And I do personal readings. My link to my website is in the description. So I'm going to shuffle this a couple more times and then cut the deck. Okay, cut the deck. It's really kind of a pretty deck here. Okay, so we're going to take a look at current situation, which is the Judgment card. And I'll show you all these cards. Past influence, Five of Wands. Present influence, Ace of Wands. Nice. That's really nice. Negative, King of Wands. You got a lot of wands. You got some fire sign looking at you. Two of Wands is your positive influence. What you don't see is Five of Cups. Challenge is Seven of Cups. You've got some choices going on here. Future influence is the Moon, and outcome is Nine of Swords. We'll have to probably read out a little bit on that because that's a stressful outcome. Not gonna lie, don't like to see that at the end of a reading, but we'll take a look at it. Death is at the bottom of the deck, so I feel like there is changes happening, and I think that's with you as far as the way you are looking at something, feeling about something, or your overall beliefs, or you're kind of shifting mindset a little bit where it's more of an evolution of a mindset or an idea or something of that nature. You're evolving. It's not really a change as much as it is growth. I really feel that way. Like this really feels that way with some of the cards that I am looking at right here. And one of them being Judgment. And Judgment is, about a renewal of some sort. So that's why I kind of feel like you're renewing something. You could be renewing a relationship from the past, or you could be renewing the way you feel about somebody or something. We'll dig deeper. Five of Wands was something from the past. So your Five of Wands is your past influence. So these are energies that influence the past, and this is a lot about conflict. It can also be really about challenges, kind of arguments. It's not really fights. To me, the Five of Wands is not. The Five of Swords can definitely be about a duel, but this is more about working something out. That's why I say it's like conflict. You kind of have to work it out. But there was something that you felt very conflicted about, and you weren't sure how to work it out. That's what the feeling I'm getting. And I feel like this is about somebody. But there is a renewed, right now, the way you feel right now, this situation is a renewal with that person. The way you are looking at them, the way you see the relationship, the way you see yourself. There's an evolution here of some sort. But you were in the past, you were definitely conflicted about it. But there's passion here, and so the present influence is Ace of Wands, and that's really all about passion. It's a passionate new beginning. It's fast too. So, and keep in mind your positive influence right below it is Two of Wands, which is the next card. So it is a forward movement. You are definitely feeling a renewal here. It's like a renewed passion towards somebody. I really feel like it's somebody. Your negative influence is the King of Wands. Okay, this is going to be one or two things. This is either, okay, it depends. Like, I don't feel like this is necessarily a man or a woman, but what it is, there there could be someone looking at this person that you're also looking at, and it's going to be hard to get past that. And do you want to? And that's that's why there's kind of this conflict there, because you see that there's someone else looking at this person, whether trying to, have a relationship with them, or there's something there, like there's something big there. But this, and so it kind of feels like you're taking a step back because you don't know if you want to take on that challenge. Is it worth it? Like, you kind of do and you kind of don't, because we're talking about your life here, your heart. And I feel like you're kind of going, well, I don't know if I want to do this, and I don't know if I want to fight that. Your positive influence is the Two of Wands, which means you are moving forward with this Ace of Wands, this new beginning with this person, which I feel like could be from the past. Because I feel like this could be reuniting. And same with the Death at the bottom of the deck, feels to me like it's a renewal. Now, there probably was some kind of hurt in the past with this. Either they were hurt or you were hurt, either one. But that's why this Death is there, is because it's an evolution. You're moving up. And that Judgment also tells me the same thing. And then the Two of Wands really, there's the positive influences. It is moving forward. Definitely a positive. It is, because the Two of Wands, you can kind of be stuck. Like, you have this world in your hand and you're not really going for it. But the next card is the Three of Wands, which is all about your ships coming in and the really great things. So this is a good positive influence. To me, it feels like when you go from 1 to 2, things are moving forward, and it's 1 to 2. So what you don't see, though, is Five of Cups. And I feel like there's some kind of disappointment here. And maybe this other person is disappointed or kind of down and out. Or maybe they're disappointed in the way the relationship last ended, or the whatever middle of the road you are on at now. Maybe did it end really, or was it just a break, or was it this relationship that comes and goes, or was it it might not even be that the relationship is the same. It just kind of reminds you of that as well. Could be, but I feel like it is. But I feel like there's some kind of disappointment here that you don't see. I don't think it's you being disappointed, though, because I think you'd see that. Like, you would know that I don't know that I want to do this. But I think what you don't see is the other person's disappointment. And that there was, because of the hurt, like I said, like on the bottom of the deck, right after the Death, there was the Three of Swords. So maybe there was hurt, and that really kind of disappointed them. Or something happened here that disappointed. The challenge is the Seven of Cups. And that means you do have choices. There's all of those choices. And what are you going to do? And which one are you going to take? And I feel like this is more than that, though. I feel like the choices are with this person. Like, not that you have a ton of people out there. I don't know. Maybe you do. But it's more about the choices that you have with this person. Okay, so is this person, it could be something like, is this person a friend, a lover, what are they to you? And you have choices with this person, because you could be their friend, you could be their lover, you can be their mentor, you could be their spiritual leader. I don't know, all of these things that you could be to them. And the challenge is which one do you really want? Because I feel like it's really odd, but I feel like you have times where you really want that passion with this person because it's a good passion. But then there's times where your friendship just feels really right. Or, something like that. Like, what do you really want? And can you have it all? I don't know. Maybe you can have it all. Maybe the problem is you're thinking too pinpointed about it. Instead of saying it has to be this, this, or this, why can't it be all of the things? Why can't I have the passion and the friendship and all of the things that I can have with this person. This is where I'm going. This is how I feel. So I'm going to have to read forward because so the future influence is the moon. So there is something that there will be light shown here. There will. There will be something that you will see that will make sense. The moon to me is about hidden things. You know, things aren't always as they seem. And it's always like when I get this as a advice, remember that, you know, remember to look at all of the things. But I feel like when it's an influence, it's saying that there's going to be light shown on something. Like the moon is in the dark, right? So, and the moon does have brightness to it, but to me as an influence, the moon is pointed about where it's shining its light. It's, you know, I mean, we have half moons and quarter moons and slivers, and so what's going to really happen here, you're going to see the light to this. There's going to be a almost like you're guided, almost like, okay, so the spotlight goes right on whatever it is you need to know about this situation. The problem being is the outcome is the Nine of Swords. And that's a hard and tough card, no doubt about it, right? It's stress, it's anxiety, it's all of those things. And I don't like ending anything on the Nine of Swords because, you know, that's not, when I'm doing readings, this outcome, yeah, you may feel stressed in the next month or so about this situation, or there may be some kind of anxiety that goes along with this situation, but it's not necessarily the end of the road either. So, you know, the readings are short term. They're over the next month or so. So, you know, I hate to say, okay, you're going to be stressed and leave it at that, right? You can't do that. So I am going to clarify with my light seer deck right here. I'm going to shuffle and then pull 3 cards on this Nine of Swords because we could talk about it. And actually, I am going to go out one more and go Seven of Swords. You'll be fine. I mean, literally. So I go out one, which means it's the next thing. And that's the Seven of Swords, and you taking back what's yours, and you owning whatever this stress is. It's only going to be short-lived. Because to me, the Seven of Swords is about taking back what's yours. It can be about stealing and watching, you know, all of that. But as an outcome in a love reading, I feel like you're going to take back and own the situation, and you'll be fine. But let's just see why I'm going to pull 3 cards on this Nine of Swords just to get an idea. I do believe that it could come from the choices. I don't think that the relationship is going to end, be bad, anything like that. I think that there's so many outcomes that you see that you could choose from with this one person. But you're stuck on having to have one thing. And I think that's the anxiety, actually. You know, honestly, I do. I feel like you're going, are we friends? Are we lovers? Are we, you know, is it something serious? Is it something casual? There's all of these things that you're going, you know, you're, instead of going, well, why does it have to be any of those one things? You know, I think that's what that whole challenge is that you're thinking of it as just one thing. And instead of opening up the relationship to being more than one thing, you know, you can have a physical, passionate relationship with someone and be their friend as well, right? I mean, you can. Maybe you don't want that, because if you have both, then it leads to something more serious. Or you really want to have a friendship, but there's that passion there that you can't overlook, and so you're struggling with that. It could be that too. Could be something like that. Well, let me go ahead and cut the deck, and let's see what this Nine of Swords is. Just 3 clarifiers. So we've got Empress, Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. I think I think that's exactly it. It's like there's this feeling of nurturing and love with the Empress. There is this passion with the Ace of Wands, and then there's the I think, spiritual with the Seven of Wands. That's almost the feeling I'm getting here. A lot of wands, by the way. So this definitely could be a fire sign for you. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Just, I mean, I don't normally do that, but there's a lot of wands. But also that could be the passion behind it. But that's exactly what it is. Are we, are we serious and going to develop a serious relationship? Is it about passion and sex and the physical relationship, or are we really on more of a spiritual level? And this stresses me out. And I think that's exactly why it's stressful. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think you're just going through, why do you have to make a choice? If you feel like they're all of these things, why can't they just be all of these things? And again, maybe it's the passion part that throws you. Like, you're passionate about them physically and you're attracted to them physically, and there's definitely the fire there, right? But there's this part of you that's going, I just want to be friends, or there's a lot here. There's a lot here, Taurus. I'm not kidding you. Like, there's a lot. But I do feel like the passion is the worry, because that's King of Wands too. Even if we just looked at it as an energy, that's a passionate energy too. That's the negative influence. So that definitely could be what's really hard for you. You are conflicted about this relationship. I will tell you that. And only you can decide what's best for you. I mean, only you can decide. But, just as a person, why can't you have it all? And again, why not? I mean, if there's a real reason why not, then that's fine. But hey, if they mean this much to you, here's my thought: if they mean this much to you, and you're struggling with this much to decide what kind of relationship you want with this person, and they have all of these things, what the hell are you thinking of? A lot of people would give their their right arm for someone that they had all of these things with. But anyway, and maybe that's not it at all. Maybe it's a whole nother choice that you're dealing with, but that's the feeling I'm getting. So Taurus, here is your love reading for April. I hope you figure it out, and you will, because you're gonna figure it out. I feel like that's what the Seven of Swords is. You're gonna figure it out, and you're gonna make a decision, or you won't. But I think you're gonna take something back, no matter what. Like, you're gonna own it, so to speak, and I think that's good. And then that's the most important thing, right? As long as we own our feelings, own it, we're all good. So I think this is a good reading. Anyway, there you have it. This is through the from middle of April into the middle of May. So things will probably move forward here, and then and see how it goes, right? And then check back. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Have a beautiful day.